We did see a very long game. In fact, the longest game in Season 7 last game. These players are sure to be exhausted after that game, and I honestly hope that this game would be not any short of action, the same type of action that we saw in game number 3.
So right now, we're seeing Lusty play the Grok pick, something Chaknu is, I'm sure, very familiar with how he should be playing up against that pick. He is one of the premier Grok players in the league as well, so he's going to be expecting Lusty to be just like that, invading a lot, giving information, trying to steal away buffs. So hence why Chaknu is sticking really close to KLVJ here, making sure he gets his first set of farm.
Yeah, and Chaknu, even if he is piloting this Jawhead, he is playing quite defensively, just making sure that their core, KLVJ in this regard, would be able to farm up safely. You don't want the Ling to be behind, and meanwhile, because of that defensive game plan, Bren Esports also could get this Yi Sun-shin up online anytime soon. I feel like that's already the Mountain Shocker up, and that's already information given out throughout Bren Esports, knowing that Chaknu is indeed near the gold lane.
Now in the bottom side, we might see a play here by Excretion. Chaknu has his flicker, might go for a flicker ejector. Look at that. Bren Esports actually stopping the wave, making sure it's a little bit closer to their lane so that Rebo can farm up. Really small decision there, but a smart one by Lusty.
And Excretion and Bren, they're playing a very similar game that we saw in game number 3. Again, it's very quiet. They're not taking big risks early on. And Renzio and Flap TZ would be just punching it out. Carl TZ, that's a nice leash though. Carl TZ brothers just giving out, looking out at each other. Chaknu, Renzio, that's the entirety of Excretion except the Harith. Gonna contest this turtle.
Now Excretion are nearby to contest this Chaknu. Let's see if he can get an ejector onto someone that Excretion wanted to get. That's going to be Bren Esports moving forward. Renzio takes a good amount of damage. Bren Esports holding on. Might be able to get this turtle. Mountain Shocker gives us information. Phew! Just for safety, uses the Circling Eagle to make sure Renzio gets away. Or make sure Renzio goes away. That's going to be the first turtle of the game going to Bren Esports.
And this is a very systematic approach coming in from Bren Esports. They're using the Yi Sun-shin quite defensively. You know what? It's going to contradict itself, but it's both defensive and aggressive. They're using the proper usage of that ultimate to fish information, get aggressive positioning, and then be on the defensive once again the moment they go aggressive. And I feel like this type of dance is it's like a smaller scale of what we've seen in the last game, and I feel like Excretion Bren Esports, they're besties.
Oh, Chaknu with a flicker and the ejector right onto Rebo. Rebo trying to survive, but that's first blood going to KLVJ. Showing up just in time to swoop in for the kill, but KLVJ getting a few hits on the tower. He uses the Tempest of Blades to avoid the wild charge. He's going to be able to finch boys on out of there. That's going to be first blood for Excretion.
And Excretion getting first blood just might be another Lusty, already low on HP. Flame shot, guiding wind, guides Lusty back to safety.
What a save they're able to use. The guiding wind. I feel like he tapped it like just in time to avoid that flame shot. Carl TZ with Mountain Shocker goes in. He's going to be farming up. Now, question is, will Bren Esports have enough damage later on, say we get to the late game again, to handle Renzio's units?
Well, looking at Rebo right now, I feel like they do have the damage to take down Renzio by late game, but the damage won't even land if Renzo's able to run away. Carl TZ survives the initial burst there. Lusty going in for Chaknu.
And Chaknu taking a lot of damage right now after he tried to chase after Carl TZ. That's going to be the left hook landing onto the face of Chaknu. Smart use of the Tracerless there by Carl TZ actually. He was almost thrown back by Chaknu, but he was able to just use the Tracerless just in time. You can see the animation. Ejector missed.
Yeah, and that's proper usage or proper timing coming in from Carl TZ, and most of the time you would see that he would use that Traceless more defensively than aggressively, mainly because you want to build distance away from the Ling, away from the Jawhead. It looks like they're going to start the turtle here. Bren Esports, they do have the position advantage. The wall is there. Guardian's Barrier will provide a little bit of zone control.
That's going to be Renzo taking a lot of damage. Flap TZ and Fuse zoning out the Uranus, but Excretion will be coming in. Here comes Chaknu with the
Rebo.
Force Ejector right onto Rebo. Let's see if they can force back the Chango. That's going to be a kill there for Chaknu, and the turtle still secured by Bren Esports. Carl TZ takes it, but Excretion are fighting it. They're looking for the punish. Flap TZ with a knockout punch with a knockback. Renzo right in the back line there of Bren Esports takes out Rebo. Double kill for Excretion. Second turtle of the game goes for them, and they get more kills to boot.
And Excretion, even if they've lost the first 2 turtles of the game, they're ahead by 700 gold, mainly because of the number of the kills that they've gotten in this game. 1 to 5 is our kill score. Objective-wise, Bren Esports have been winning. But Excretion, they've been winning fight after fight, and this might not spell good in the early or mid-game of Bren Esports. Renzo is going to get trapped. Actually, he's not going to get trapped in that yard. It's Bard and Flap TZ going to come in for the 2v2. And at this point, I feel like Bren Esports, they need to capitalize more on trying to secure objectives safely than risking it all.
Lusty there in the bottom lane, in the mid lane, will be able to start off a sequence of events that will force E2Max onto the wrong side of the map just to get away from all of this. E2Max throws in the umbrella, but here comes Lusty, bumps into the big walking rock and runs into the circling eagle of you as well. That's gonna be a pick off there by Bren Esports.
Well, that's a kill. That's not gonna get traded by Excretion. And I feel like Entomax overestimated his ability to stay safe with Umbrella Flea. That's still 3 people going in at mid lane, and this is the same rotation that we saw in game number 2. Bren Esports going in mid lane with 3 people in. Anywhere you go, it's always going to be 1 person, and the only way out is in their base.
Yeah, it's the pincer maneuver. And now, in the top side, Renzo is getting pressured, and he will be pressured out of lane as the TZ brothers will be able to take that down. Bren Esports tried to disrupt the farm of KLVJ, but yeah, he was able to get his purple buff just in time.
Wait, did that ejector miss?
Did he try to go for this?
I think so, but few though.
Few. That's what Few said out loud. He said his name out loud because he was almost taken out there. Renzo diving to the back line here as Carl TZ is eating up a fair amount of damage. The pressure from Chaknu, the jawhead, just way too much for him to handle. He has to get back. Flame shot blocked by Lusty. Few goes in with the circling eagle. Flap TZ is there for the follow-up as well. But this Uranus has started to become a problem for them as well. This jawhead really sending back the members of Bren.
And not just sending them back, let's focus on something that we didn't see in the camera as well. Rebo actually got solo killed by Kelra even underneath the turret, and that gives them a little bit of shift towards the gold lead, which is around 800 right now for Excretion. Still anybody's game though. One big fight for the turtle might change this all. Flap TZ, a 1v1 with Renzo, but Renzo, he knows he's just gonna regen all of it back.
And now the turtle started out by Excretion already. Rebo in dire straits. He's going to be forced to TP on home. Easily taken away by Excretion was that turtle as expected. Still an even game. Can't say on who's really in the lead, but if you look back in the past team fights, Bren Esports has been having a bit of a hard time.
And Excretion versus Bren Esports right now. Game up for Wild Charge.
That's going to be a great knock up there by Lusty. But Cartesian Lusty sense that Chaknu or someone from Excretion might be nearby, and they don't decide. They decide not to commit.
Yeah, and Bren Esports, they're playing this quite safely. In Excretion, they're trying to find opportunity after opportunity with this Chaknu jawhead. And looks like they're just gonna try to delay this wave as much as possible. Carl TZ, Rebo, and the gang here. 4 people invested for Bren Esports. 75 seconds until the Lord. I feel like they're just gonna disperse.
Yep. And they are going to be waiting for the next objective while trying to manage their waves. As Renzo with an aggressive cut top side. That has to be something they have to take care of. Flap TZ will be there for the call. Lord fights here, or main objective fights for Bren Esports might be really difficult to pull off. As long as Rebo can stay safe and he has to meteor shower, then they should be fine. But alone, the presence of Renzo and Chaknu just, again, spaces out the back line of Bren Esports so much. It disperses their formation.
And Excretion Bren Esports here already going in for the silent mid-game once again. 9 minutes in and we haven't seen a lot of action yet. 8 kills on the board and a 2k goal lead on the side of Excretion. Only 1 turret falling down for both teams, and I'm still looking for that one X-Factor moment. But a quick item check here. Let's look at YSS already with a Raptors Machete, and this is going to be massive for Bren Esports, but Excretion, they're cashing in on their early game.
Now Bren Esports will be close enough to contest the Lord of Excretion, decide to start it, but they're having difficulty splitting the map here up against that Link. So much mobility to go around. Bren Esports has mobility as well, but they're much more cautious with how they're rotating because, again, the presence of Chaknu. They don't want to get picked off. They're being really careful with that.
And they're using the Mountain Shocker just to make sure that they know where Chaknu is whenever they try to get objectives rather. And right now the Uranus is going to go for another aggressive dive, and look at this!
A flicker along with the ejector takes out few. Excretion with a follow-up. They have to be forced, or they are forced to go back because of a meteor shower brought out there by Rebo. Now Flat Easy taking a lot of damage, forcing him to use the flicker to get away. Again, Chaknu, Bren Esports are having difficulty being confident with positioning and rotating around the map because of the ever-looming threat that is Chaknu's Jaw.
And this Chaknu Jawhead is looking to be the hero that Excretion needs to try and win this game so far. But it's just a 2k gold lead for the side of Excretion. I feel like the first Lord fight would be the first thing that would probably shift the tides towards their favor if ever Excretion is able to secure that Lord away from Bren Esports. But Bren Esports, they're playing the long game here. They have a Yi Sun-shin as the core, and they want to be able to farm it safe. And look at this, Carl Teasy already level 14, the same as Kel VJ, and it still feels like anybody's game.
Flap Teasy up against Renzio. Decides to double on out of there because he saw Kel VJ coming in real close already. And again, so much pressure coming in from the Uranus, and that's just the nature of the matchup of these two. Uranus can just run circles and take a fight against a Paquito. Even the minions were the ones who had to finish off the tower there for Excretion. And again, over and over again, Renzio non-stop cutting the wave, non-stop pressure on that top lane.
And looking at that type of pressure that Renzio has been providing for Excretion, it actually gives Kelra, on the other hand, a lot of space to farm up, and you know how a farmed up Harith in the hands of Kelra could do. And Excretion, they're slowly but surely building a good lead against Bren Esports. We might be even seeing a Game 5 here.
And now you see with how Bren Esports are rotating together, it's because again they need to keep Carl Teasy safe, and they know that they need him to farm up. Flap Teasy, really, that's all he can do at this point. He needs to be the one managing that wave while the rest of Bren Esports try to play for pickoffs and really just helping Carl Teasy. They have Rebo rotating with them as well, so they'll have the damage. But VJ going after Carl Teasy right under tower. He doesn't care. Flap Teasy going forward with the flicker, not able to land the knockout punch. And the meteor shower is used by Rebo to force back the members of Excretion.
But you could already see Excretion, they're forcing things towards their favor, considering their power spike during this mid-game. They're quite aware that they could force anything on Bren Esports given the room to do so. And look at this, Paquito goes down with the Jawhead, and Excretion, they might just go for the Lord.
A turnaround play by Bren Esports is not impossible. But what looks more possible right now is Excretion forcing a game number 5. Make it a best of 1 in the end. Whoever wins will move on. Whoever loses gets knocked out. It's a 5k, nay, somewhere around a 4,000 gold lead for Excretion, but Bren Esports have their eyes set on going for this Lord. You and Lucky going close, but Jackson with unstoppable force already going in, able to spot out Rebo, but Rebo in a lot of danger, was able to flicker on out of there. Carl Teasy getting chased after Kel VJ, Tempest Ablaze right under the tower, and Kel VJ secures the kill. However, that's going to be carry for carry, but Lusty goes down as well, so that's going to be a 2-for-1 trade favoring Excretion. Flap Teasy didn't check the bush. And that is Chaknu able to go home, and Excretion still in control and in the lead.
This Excretion, that's 4k or a 5k gold lead for the side of Excretion, and they're slowly pushing down in the gold lane, actually in all lanes. One more outer turret for the side of Bren Esports, and after that it's just gonna be all inhibitor turrets, and Chaknu is not even stopping. Few has to go away with the guiding wind, and looks like the Lord is the next objective to take here for Excretion.
It's not over yet. Excretion looking absolutely dominant in this game so far. It really just feels like it started with the Jawhead. And dang jawhead that ended up giving away. And Jackno again with the ejector onto Lusty. Lusty will be able to get away from this. Sidesteps the flame shot. Almost runs into Renjo. Renjo with the flicker. And Lusty with the veteran maneuvers able to escape.
Excretion, they almost land a killing blow on Lusty, but Lusty will be able to run away, especially with that battle spell equipped. And I feel like at this point, Excretion, they want to take this Lord for themselves, push their advantage even further. Nobody can stop the Uranus, but this is a 4v5 scenario they're entering. The Uranus is nowhere to be seen. The Lord is 1/4 HP. They go in.
That's going to be few, almost getting tossed out, but he uses Circling Eagle to get away from it. He deals a fair amount of damage onto Kelra and KelVJ with the Soul Bloom. Flat Easy chasing after Chaknu. He's going to be caught off guard here. Let's see if Excretion will be able to chase him down. Look at the damage from KelVJ. The Guardian's Barrier by Lusty coming in just in time to save Flap Teasy. No one goes down.
And the Lord is reset once again. Called Deja Vu from game number 3. 310 is our kill score. And looking at what happened in the top side, Uranus was exerting pressure, and Excretion was forced to face a 4v5 scenario for the Lord. They had to stop the Lord, they had to restart, they had to stall, but eventually, because of the pressure that the Uranus put in at the top side, Rebo was forced to rotate.
And now Bren Esports trying to find the proper rotation to deal with. 1, a split pushing Ling in the top lane. 2, being able to show up around the Lord area to contest. And again, it's a passive Bren Esports because of the lineup that they have in Chaknu again.
Rebo.
Flicker ejector onto Rebo, but Rebo able to counter up. Flat Easy as well, adding the knockout punches for the knockups. The Meteor Shower was able to deal the damage to Excretion.
Kelra.
Not enough. That's gonna be Kelra coming in. Here comes the Harris, and that's gonna be a kill for Etomax onto Few. That's gonna be 2 kills here for Excretion. Kelra takes out Flap Easy, and yes, the Lord will be open for them to take.
2 people down for the side of Bren Esports, and Excretion, they are 16 minutes inside the game. They don't even want to take the Lord. They want to take this to game 5 immediately. Lusty, they're just trying to destroy the base immediately. That's the inhibitor turned down in mid lane. Look at that, Max!
Oh, it lands into Max! A man on a mission taking out Rebo. Now that's 3 members of Bren Esports down. He didn't need to do that, but it looked dang good when he did.
Man, Etomax making some highlights, and it's just saying, Chak Mamba, you gave us a great highlight in game number 3. How about it's my turn in game number 4? And that immediately gives Excretion an uncontested Lord, and this is looking like it's going to game 5, but you know, miracles happened. We've seen it in game number 4. But this is just Excretion dominating all throughout the mid game.
Excretion domination, and they are getting closer and closer to potentially forcing a game number 5 to pin down Bren Esports against the wall and say, your time is up, it's our time now. They might eliminate the defending champions in the next game, but let's get through game number 4 first, as Bren Esports still has a fighting chance with the wave clear that they have. They also have relatively good sustain to keep them alive though, but with the lack of a hard tank, or big setup hard tank. And you know, somewhat the Grux is kind of set up as well, but you need to move beside a wall, but yeah, you know what I mean. Bren Esports still have a chance here, that's what all I'm trying to say. Oracle picked up here by Few.
I mean, Rebo has the Meteor Shower still to defend. It looks like there's no defense. Circling Eagle.
Oh, here comes the damage. Let's see if it's gonna be enough coming in from Bren Esports, but they're just getting forced back here. The Zaman Force, the Harith of Kelra. He eats up a Flame Shot. He eats up an Umbrella as well, and that's gonna be a double kill for Kelra. Flap Teasy trying to take down Etomax. Winter Truncheon! He stays alive! He grew as a player, and Kelra with a triple kill. Could it be a maniac? It's a maniac! For Kelra, Chaknu trying to get the Savage for him, but Rebo will not allow it. Kelra ends the game.